je mes sauvages, j'espère vous êtes bien. Hello my friends, how are you? Well, I hope you're all right out there today and that. So so here we are driving outside of Doha. We're going to go out to the one of the capes, which is right out onto the seaside. So yeah, this is a great road here. This is limited to 120 k's. As I said before, they do have a lot of speed cameras here. And yeah, so around 120 is the norm. 130 is what some people do in that. So yeah, and you notice all the road signs when you look at the road signs and that. The road signs are in bilingual, both in Arabic as well as English. See them over here, Al Mazariya interchange, Al Shakama, Al Majd Road, yep, all Arabic and English. And there's quite a number of expats here, there are quite a number. Yeah, so limited 120 k's. Yep, there's a speed camera right there. There's one right there. Yeah, so in a way you could say it's a bit like some parts of Australia with the sheer number of speed cameras, just like say Victoria. It doesn't have quite the tight tolerances Victoria does. Yeah, so but like we did say earlier in our videos, this is the first time we've been to the Gulf states. So yeah, so I thought we'd give you a bit of a look-see. Give you a bit of a look-see in that. Just pushing up to 160 briefly and that. Still very stable, tons underfoot. Accelerates beautifully. Really does. Yeah, so but now you look at the number of lanes, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lanes here. 5 lanes with this added one here. This is this on-ramp's about to peter out. So yeah, so five lanes all up. But yeah, it's not a big country. It's really not a big country at all. So by the time we get out to the farmost cape, right out onto the seaside, there's another speed camera. Yeah, so El Khor, Samaisma, so by the time we get out to the seaside, it's about 98 k's to go. Yeah, so we're going to do a round trip, so we'll just go all the way up here to the Cape, and then probably come back around, back to Doha, and then we'll go out to the airport, and we'll say goodbye to Qatar after that. So yeah, just look at the country though, look at the aridness of the desert. Just look at it. Currently 41 degrees Celsius. But you look at it, one thing with Gulf state cars, when you look at the speeder, you see that flashing orange light right there. That's an overspeed alarm for 120 k an hour. Any Gulf state cars have that little flashing light. If you exceed 120 k's, the light starts to flash. And it's the same thing with when we made Toyota Camrys and Orients in Australia, when we used to export them out to the Gulf states and left-hand drive. They used to have the same sort of little flashing warning icon. If you exceed 120 k's, a little icon would start to flash. But this speedo and this car's out by a good solid 6 kilometres an hour. Another speed camera right there. So they have this type of speed camera is most common in Qatar. So yeah, so Route 6 to the north. And you can see with the road signs up here, the distances, both in Arabic and English. 7k, 6k's. And always remember to read the Arabic signs from right to left. Police vehicle. There you go. Yeah, so arid lands, now 42 degrees outside at 12:55 p.m. There you go, look at the aridness of the deserts. I think I'm going to have to change outfits to something white. And I might have to change my name by default to Omar Sharif. Yeah, so that might be the go. Absolutely. Yeah, it goes for a wee way, all this desert and that.
Great roads.
Absolutely, excellent roads, excellent roads actually. You can see a lot of the infrastructure's been invested here into this country. You really can. You can just see it for yourself as to how good it really is. And it really is very good. And you can just shine it on the near side rear vision mirror, and you shine it on the Arabic there. Another speed camera. I know what all that means. So that I would say camels are closer than they appear. Yep, camels and mirror are closer than they appear. So yeah, or something. But then again, the true version means objects and mirror are closer than they appear, as we've seen in English school on that. So you look at the desert, look at it. Absolutely. And this is close to the coastline, and just beyond this desert is the actual coastline, is the water. So yeah, it goes for a fair way out here. Desert.
Bike path along there.
Yeah, there is a bike path. Yeah, green one. Yeah, sure is too. Just make sure you bring plenty of water, and you'll be just fine.
Well, they've planted trees, so it looks like they want to try and make some shade area.
Oh, absolutely. The Khor and Al Ruwais makes it 31 for authorised only. I say for authorised vehicles only, that would be. So yeah, so that's the way the cookie crumbles. Yes. Yeah, so anyways, and that we'll still keep you posted and that and whatnot. So that will change, yeah. Yeah, so this road goes for a little way, like I said, not a huge amount of case till you get to the end of the country. And then of course you go from Doha back to the Saudi Arabian border. It's not even that far. I think it's be lucky to be about 50 kilometres, not really that far at all. So yeah. Anyways, we will leave you on that note. There are more updates to come still. So Martinol from now 43 degree temperatures outside. Beautiful 21 in here. Excellent climate control. So yeah. Martinol. Oh, actually, there's something else I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about Gulf state specification cars. I want to look at the temperature gauge. Notice how it's 43 degrees outside. Now the speed camera, and 43 degrees outside, and the temperature gauge is pointing just below the just above the cool mark. What happens in a lot of Gulf state cars is that when they're specified for the Gulf states, the Arabs like to think that the engine's running cool when they're in high 40 degrees or around the 50 degree temperature mark, and that they like to think the engine's really running cool. But all manufacturers do, Toyota included, is change the temperature sensor. So change the temperature sensor. So in reality, the temperature gauge will be pointing halfway. But because they put a different temperature sensor in, it gives Arabs the impression that the engine's running stone cool, and that's not the case. So yeah, a bit misleading, but well, everything's all working here up to par. So yeah, anyways, we'll love you and leave you on that. A few other houses out there, you can't see them now though. A few other houses out there, so, pour maintenant, au revoir et bonne journée.